You guys want to hear the world's most expensive rock tumbler? Uh-oh. What is going on, everyone? Welcome again to Brailsford's Rides for another 2003 Toyota Sequoia video. In the last video, you guys saw that we grenaded the Sequoia transmission at 363,000 miles. So today what we're going to do is we're going to drain as much of the transmission fluid as we can, and we're going to see what metal particulate or shavings we see in there. We just want to confirm what we think is going on before I go out and buy a new transmission. But before we get into this video, please don't forget, click that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more Brailsford's Rides, for Boss 302 and Coyote Swap Cobra content. Those things are coming here quickly, but we got to get our, oh gosh, there's a big bug on me. We got to get our daily driver back on the road because it is my livelihood. Let's get this thing checked out. So what you need is a 14 millimeter. You're just gonna crack that nut loose and let's see what comes out of this thing. Oddly enough, guys, I don't know if I'm seeing any metal in here, but like when I start this thing, it really is rattling around in a very atrocious way. And I've got no drive for sure, so, yeah, guys, the old Toyota Sequoia is out of commission, and is going to depend on the Boss 302 to go save it. We got almost a 3-hour drive ahead of us, but me and little man are all peppered up with snacks and drinks, and we're gonna go for a little ride, aren't we? You ready? Say, let's go.
Let's go.
Hit the camera.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back.
Well, here we are in the Boss. We get little guy out. Ready to go get a transmission?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like your lunch? You got it all over your face. Man, I really wish I had more time. They were stripping apart a saline. They got all sorts of Mustang goodies in there we weren't able to get after, but we have the transmission. She's strapped down. You know, the obligatory, that's not going anywhere. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. The thing weighs a metric butt ton. I think it's like 220 pounds when I looked it up. And that's just the assembly. I don't know if that counts. Sorry about the traffic, guys. I don't know if that counts the torque converter. The thing is heavy. So I'm gonna have to be careful when I take it off. That's how they broke the tail shaft housing. So look here at the tail shaft housing. I think it fell off the truck and it was broke. But we're just gonna take the one off ours and install it right here. All right, guys, let's get on the road. Little man was real good, so I promised him some ice cream. So we stopped real quick, get him a milkshake. And who said Mustangs aren't practical, man? This thing's basically a pickup truck. Pickup truck with a crew cab. It's not broken? That's good. The Mustang's not broken. That's why we're driving it, right? He's the best little road trip companion you could ask for. Cheers. Cheers. All right, guys, so the Boss made the 3-hour trip both ways, no issues. We're home now. The Sequoia is still super broke, and that transmission is a beast. I picked up the Calmer. I've carried the Calmer stage 3 that we have for the Boss, and This is way heavier, like way heavier. And I guess automatic transmissions are expected to be, but you know, so we got the new transmission here. Like I said, I'm gonna have to take off the housing that's on the truck, so I gotta be careful when I drop it so I can swap them over. And they removed it to show me how clean it was, and there's, you can see there's some fluid down here. I'm really hoping that the pan is not leaking, and that is residual from when they put this back on. And I can see they didn't tighten it down, right? They just loosely put it on there. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that's what's leaking there. They just kind of put it back on to hold it on there and protect it. So hopefully it's no big deal there. But let's go ahead and carry this beast. I want to say it's 220 pounds without this, but it might be heavy. It might be with. But let's see if we can get this thing carried over here.
Daddy,
Yep.
you're the one who hangs it up.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this thing's heavy. Whoop. Whoop, she's tilting the trailer. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Woo! Do not recommend that, guys. That was heavy. Ow. That is not going to be fun. I was thinking, you know, oh, maybe I can bench press it. That was a crazy thought. We're definitely going to have to get a trans jack for this thing. And then make sure we use one to lower the other one, because that falling on you, that's going to hurt. We're not going to do that. We're going to take that thing off the right way. And we want to make sure, just in case something goes wrong, that we have as many spare parts as we could possibly need. So we want to make sure we're going to save everything we can on that truck. But I mean, look at this thing, guys. This thing's really clean. Looks like it's got brand new connectors, or they just cleaned them up, or yeah, it looks good. I'm pretty excited about this, and I'm into it for not a lot. So this is all looking good. There was no core charge or anything. This thing ran me 350 bucks. So 350 bucks, 165,000 miles. And since the other one went out at 363 plus, I take that to say that this has almost 200,000 more miles to go. So as you guys know, my daily driver, the Toyota Sequoia, the beast that it is, the transmission failed, and we actually have gotten it off the car. I didn't do a how-to video because it would have took me forever. It already took me a long time to get it off. And there's actually some pretty good videos out there if you know what to search for. But they kind of give you some good step-by-step. But in short, the things you're going to need to do to get this off, you got to remove the tail shaft. You got to remove the shaft, which is pretty simple. And then you're going to go into unhooking all the connectors, removing the harness from the transmission, and then you're going to take off the cover up front. You're going to remove all the flywheel bolts by turning the motor, and then after that you're going to unbolt the transmission itself, and then you're going to remove it from the transmission cross brace. You're going to remove the transmission cross brace, and then, but before you remove the transmission cross brace, make sure you have it hooked up to a trans jack, and then remove the cross brace, lower the transmission, being careful. There should be some dowel guides that will go right here in the crankcase, and luckily it looks like the miners should still be in the engine. Yeah, so once you get it out, as you can see, my new transmission, the output, the tail shaft housing, it looks like they dropped it when they removed it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one off and swap it over as a donor. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this off real quick and throw it over there. I think what we're going to have to do though is I think we're going to have to remove the speed sensor and remove this speed sensor. Good thing is if I break one, looks like I got a backup. But I'm eager to get this transmission apart. I'm going to take off the pan and see if we can get an indication of like what actually happened, because like I'm really praying this is it. I tried to start the car without it on there just to make sure the engine's not grinding, and no joy, but I'm pretty sure the sound was coming from the transmission, and I think that not having drive or reverse, pretty good indication that it's our transmission. So fingers crossed that this takes care of us. I don't think it's the rear axle because I was able to spin the wheels to get the axle bolts, so that's a good sign to me, and there's no grind in there. So let's go ahead and get this thing dissected a little bit and let's see what we find.
World of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the white picket covered in cross the ones that heard my cries and watched me weep.
You guys, look at this thing. It is super clean. I'm feeling pretty good about this. But we're gonna go ahead, get this one off, clean it up. I need to go get some brake clean actually. We're gonna slap it on here, and hopefully we don't find a lot of debris in here, but we'll see what we have once we get this off. All right, so I'm no transmission expert. We got the tail shaft housing off. This one is for sure not as clean as the new one. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure we clean this out real good. We're gonna change out this seal on the output housing. I have a replacement in the back of the Sequoia, but so this side can still spin pretty freely. When you get over here though, I can't twist this at all. No matter what gear I try, trying different gears, like right there, that should be neutral, and it is stuck. So I'm hoping that this is the culprit as we're identifying it. I mean, we were finally able to get the old seal out. I had to use a pry bar and come in from the inside and kind of jam it up underneath it. And then luckily it's got a hammer tap area, and I was able to tap it out. Now we're using the duct tape, literally duct tape, as a tapping tool to set the new tail shaft seal. So quick update for you guys. We've transferred over all the parts for the transmission like we talked about. We got the tail shaft housing on. We redid the tail shaft housing seal. Did that real quick. And we went ahead and did the rear main seal on the Toyota Sequoia. I didn't do that. Basically all you do is take off the flywheel, then you gotta take off the casing, scrape out all the old silicon, add your own bead of high temperature silicon, oil resistant, which is what I did. What I didn't do, and I might pay for it later, is it said to finger tighten, let it dry for an hour, and then tighten it down. I went ahead and torqued it to spec, and then I read the instructions, so I kind of screwed up. We'll see what happens, man. I hope I'm not doing it again. We're gonna let it ride. About to bolt the flywheel back on, and then we'll be ready to start jacking this guy back in there. Okay, so while we wait for the rain to stop so we can throw the new transmission in, I'm feeling a lot better about this repair because we removed the trans fluid pan from the transmission, and look at this, guys. That is all metal. Oh my God. Holy moly. Thank God for these, what are these, magnets? These magnets, man, they work really well. They attracted all these things. When I was draining the fluid, none of this was coming out. They got stuck to the magnets. Kudos to the Toyota engineers, but I was like, dang, I'm not getting any of this out, draining out, as far as I know. Look how much metal that is, guys. Like, this thing disintegrated. Holy cow. That is ridiculous. All right, guys, now we just need this rain to stop, and we're gonna be right as rain. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. All right, guys, let's go over the cost of this thing real quick. So a couple of purchases that I would absolutely make. Go ahead and get yourself a set of these metric swivel sockets. They are worth their weight in gold because they kind of trap the bolt as you remove them. So swivel sockets, number one. Number two, get yourself a transmission jack. This thing, yeah, no way was I bench pressing this or dealing with this transmission teetering on a standard jack. This thing is so heavy. This was definitely the way to go. I'm glad I bought this. I'll put it away until I need it again for the Boss 302. The last purchase that I would absolutely make would be get yourself a set of these extra long impact extensions. On I think they were like $70 on, or sorry, These were like $65 on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description down below. So this was $65, that thing was like $120, and then I got the transmission for $370. So all in, I'm in this thing for about maybe a little under $600. So $600 for when I was doing the cost estimates of the rear main seal repair plus the transmission swap. Looking at about $6,000 to $8,000 depending on where you do it. So yeah, I'd say we did pretty well here. Hopefully this thing all works out. All right guys, so it was a butt ton of work. We have the new transmission on, and what we're doing right now is we flushed the engine just in case any RTV made its way in there, RTV black, and flushed it just to get it out. And now we got some new oil in there. We're gonna check the level here in a second, but we're also gonna do a little bit of a fill and drain on the new transmission. We've already flushed all the lines very thoroughly. We got a new cooler. So the last thing to do would be to fill the transmission and then just drain it just to see what comes out. It should be fine. The inside of the tail shaft looks super clean even though it's broke. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and knock this out and we'll get you guys back for the first start and see what happens. Well, we're passing the leak test. Oh, that scared me. I saw steam, I'm like, oh God, it's just burning off the stuff we spilled. Time for a function check. We have reverse. Drive. This is nerve-wracking. This is freaking nerve-wracking. Oh, that's not good. There was an initial brunt. I don't know if that's because the fluid had to spin around or something. Complete stop.
Scared.
First gear does not want to seem to go. Some issues with first gear. The issue we had, guys, was the transmission burped. And once it burped and got some more of the fluid out and over out, we need to drive it a little bit, cycle it. But now, she goes immediately. Smooth as silk. Guys, I'm super excited, super happy. I was stranded on the side of the road. Estimates for this were like $5 to $8 grand, depending on how you went about it. And I got my car back. Pretty happy. Another thing that's definitely of note for these Sequoias and probably Tundras for sure is they're American, man. They were built to be worked on. Very easy, very straightforward. If I could do it, you can do it. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more Toyota Sequoia, Boss 302, and Coyote Swap Cobra videos. We got more coming your way. Take care.